Hi, my name is Nadia from East Oxford Yoga, and this is my pre-recorded class for beginners. I will try and add in all, not all, but most of the basic postures that you will see in probably most yoga classes, so that you can gain the confidence. If you kept repeating these kind of beginner videos, you would feel the confidence to then try a yoga class when that's possible. So the most important thing to know is that we all start from a very unflexible place and everything feels very tight. So as long as you know it's not just you, we all started there, unless you're obviously naturally flexible, but then you would need to learn strength side of yoga. So there's both in yoga. It's not all about flexibility. So yeah, just know that your body will take its own time to open and start to feel more open. Don't worry, when you first do these poses, it will feel really tight and you'll feel like it's really hard and you're struggling and you're shaking. That's fine, that's normal. But whenever you get to an uncontrollable shake, just release out. If you feel any pain in the joints, no matter what, always come out. And when you come out slowly and softly, and then just rest and try again another time. And if you have any questions, ask your yoga teacher. Always good to check in with a doctor. If you do have any conditions or injuries that you are worried about, speak to them or a yoga teacher first. It's really important to know that that we can modify a practice around them, but it's good to speak to someone. And that's it. Hopefully it will feel good. Don't worry if in the beginning it's all shaky, you've held your breath and that's the other thing. But yeah, the breathing is something I will talk you through, but again, it can take years to master. But just be patient with it, be patient with yourself, and eventually the deep breathing will get easier. So let's start on our mat seated. I'm going to have my phone, but it's on aeroplane mode, so it's just for the time. So if you've got a yoga mat, great. If not, don't worry. If you've got a cushion or a block, you can use that to sit on, because we are going to be in a cross-leg position if that's available for you. If not, you can modify another way, legs out straight or bent knees. You're going to rest your hands on your knees and your thighs, all resting on your lap, with your back of your right hand on your left palm, both palms facing up. And you want to feel, so either of those options are available, you want to feel that whichever one you've chosen helps you relax your shoulders naturally and easily away from your ears. Now, I've naturally closed my eyes because it's comfortable too. If you prefer to have the eyes open, that's an option. Just have them open, but with a light squinting, so you're blocking out as much external light as possible. And then just drawing your attention inward towards your body. So letting go of any kind of planning that the mind might want to do, or anxiety about what's to come, or how you will be with this. Letting that all go, and so focusing on our body. So you can start by feeling connection between you and the floor. So those points of contact, perhaps the ankles, the backs of the feet, and the buttocks. Whatever you feel connected, feeling that really releasing down into the earth, as if it was growing roots down. And then there's this polar opposite energy pulling up from the crown of the head. So you want to feel as if your crown of the head is facing the sky. And then there's that pulling up as there's that pulling down, and then that helps lengthen the spine. At the same time, the shoulders just soften and release without force. Now, if you're really struggling with knees crossed, which I know can be a thing, then of course it's a thing. But if your hamstrings are really tight and this is really hard to sit up without using your hands to connect, you could have that legs out in front of you version. So really just modify for your body. We won't be here too much longer. So firstly, we will start to bring the attention now to your breathing. So as we were saying, we want to bring the breath into the belly. We want to bring it deep. If that's not available, don't worry, just bring it as far down as you can. Now, for some, it will feel unnatural, but on the inhale, you want to feel the belly expanding, filling with air. So the inhale expands you, your belly fills up like a balloon, and then the exhale will draw your belly in toward the spine, releasing. Now, the breathing is always in and out through your nose unless you have a cold. So inhaling, expanding the belly, reaching every corner out as it fills, then exhaling, drawing the belly toward the spine. Might take a lot of concentration when if this is very new, but don't worry, just keep trying. Inhale, expand the belly like a balloon. And then exhale, draw the navel in, releasing the air out. So well done. We've been here a while, so let's flicker the eyes open, let that light back in if they were closed. We'll just do one more thing before we move. So bring your hands onto your thighs and just inhale, reach the shoulders up and exhale back and down. So the inhale, they come forward and up, and the exhale, it's back and down. And then last one, inhale. And exhale, back and down. Well done. We're going to now release any cushions or blocks that you were sitting on and come onto hands and knees. So in hands and knees, or tabletop as it's also called, you want to stack the joints. So the wrists are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Now this one's called cat-cow. You may or may not have done this in other forms, but inhaling, the belly drops down as the heart and the gaze comes forward. If there's pain in the lower spine, you could be more neutral for that one. Then the exhale, you round the spine, pressing into the hands, bringing the belly in and up towards the spine. Now move through those two with the breath. So inhale, drop the belly. If it's okay to arch, looking forward, and exhale, rounding. Tucking the tailbone, so you're bringing the belly in and the spine up. Last two. Using the breath. Don't worry if it's faster or slower than mine. Just move with your breath. So inhale forward and exhale round into cat. Last time, cow on the inhale, dropping the belly if it's okay to arch. And then exhale rounding the spine. Great. And then from there, come up onto hands and knees again. I should say, those of you, if you have wrist injuries or pain, you could come onto the fists, and if that's too much, just come off the hands whenever you need. All right, now you're going to bring the knees slightly closer together and step your right foot back, getting a really nice stretch into the back of that right leg. Those of you that want to then go a little bit deeper, you can reach the right leg so it's hip level and the toes are facing down. Sucking the belly in toward the spine to make your whole body tight, look down, and then reaching your left arm forward, in line with the ear. Now you may wobble because you've just brought 2 points of contact away from the earth, but the idea is to suck the belly in, light engaging of that back glute, to protect your lower back, but also to prevent any arching. So you want to keep your whole spine as neutral as possible. And then bring the left hand and the right knee down. Great. Same on the other side. So the left leg steps back. First, get that really good stretch into the back of the leg. And then lifting the leg to hip level. Before you extend the opposite arm, suck the belly in, making sure that your whole front body is strong and active. Then lifting, right arm forward. So opposite arm to leg is reaching. Or extended, so this is extended cat, and you're looking down because that protects the neck. Don't worry if you wobble or come out, it's very natural. Then bring the right hand down. I'm just lovingly demonstrating that, and then bring the knees down, hand down. Well done. So the next one will be a lot stronger. This is our downward dog. Now, downward dog you will see in every single yoga class. I don't think you'll get a class without it. Your hands come a little bit further forward at a little bit more, so maybe an inch forward, and then you tuck the toes, lift the hips, and you send your bum up into the sky. The feet are still hip distance, the hands are still shoulder distance. Now, if your body's really tight, you'll look really rounded. Don't worry about that, but think about straight spine rather than straight legs. So bending the knees, pressing your chest towards your thighs, lifting the bum the whole time. The tailbone is lifting, lifting, lifting. And there you are. You're in downward dog of some sort. Now, remember, if it's too strong and you start to shake, you can't breathe, just drop back down onto the knees. We're going to come down and up just a couple of times, just to feel it. It's a really strong pose, and I can talk you through each part of it. Making sure your hands are all pressing down. So it's not just the heel of the hand, it's also the fingertips and knuckles. Again, tuck the toes, lift the hips, send the bum into the sky. Deep bend in the knees to prevent too much rounding in the spine, and then keep the bum lifted. You want to feel as if you're pressing your chest towards your thighs and your thighs back, and that will keep your long spine. Now inhale, exhale, drop down onto the knees if you haven't already. So important to know in yoga is you just listen to your body. If it says, I need to come out, I can't breathe, I'm shaking, just come out, just drop down. The way you went in, that's always the way we come out. Last time, tuck the toes, lift the hips, send them high. Chest towards thighs as if you were closing the gap, let's say, sandwiching chest to thighs, and bum high. Now think about shoulders. So the whole hand is pressing down, fingertips down. Think about the shoulders spreading away. You're looking somewhere in between the feet. Shoulders are spread. Well done. Last breath. And then exhale, drop down onto the knees. Nailed it. Cool. So now we're going to bring your right foot in between the hands. Take as many steps. So it might be that you just step and then as many steps as you need to get that foot in between the hands. Then, this is called a lunge. So you have a choice with how far that knee goes back. The further it goes back, the more you're going to stretch in the hip flexor. If it's tight, then you just bring it underneath the hip. Fingertips either side of the leg, or the foot, sorry, and that front knee, if you can see there, is over the ankle. So my shin is parallel to the wall in front of me. If you've got knee pain in that back knee, use a cushion, a blanket, a piece of clothing to just pad it down onto something nice and soft and squishy. Okay, so from low lunge, you have a choice. If you want to bring a bit more weight, keep that right angle with that front leg. You could lift your arms up to the sky. If that feels too strong, then just stay in that first position. So in beginner's yoga, I'm always trying to give those options so you can play with it, distributing. So this brings a bit more weight, and this brings even more weight, but it's strong. So if at any time you need to release, just drop back a stage. Okay, all right, so same on the other side. We're gonna, if you have padding, just swap. You're gonna bring that right knee back and then your left foot forward. Take as many steps as you need. Front knee over ankle, right shin at a right angle, stay on the fingertips, look forward. So you're thinking about always having long spine. Those that want more, you could lift up the torso or even reach the arms up. And then there's this engaging of your core, your belly, sucking it toward the spine to protect your lower back. Notice that you could go into a back bend here. That is a posture, but it's strong, and you need to make sure that the core and the glutes support your back. But firstly, let's just take this version. Now bring your fingertips down. Now instead of coming back, we're going to come forward. So you tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and just as you did before, you can walk that foot as many times as you need, or just once. So there's always options. The feet now will be hip distance. I find this is a lot easier to begin with. And then bend into the knees, just as you did with your down dog. You're trying to bring or sandwich your chest towards your thighs. Depends how much you need to bend your knees to do that and to bring the hands down. But that will always be your amount. And then eventually, over time, months, years, whatever, the legs will straighten and the hands will still be connected. And you can watch that progress in yoga, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch. Now, we're going to roll up like ragdoll. So you keep the knees bent, the shoulders, the head, the neck, all relaxed until you come all the way up to standing. So we're going to do, see what time we've got. We might do 2 rounds of sun salute. So I'll do a few shoulder rolls when I get up. 2 rounds of sun salute, and then we can finish with some standing postures, because these are basically what you will find in every yoga class, and then we'll take a relaxation at the end. So, easy with hip distance. I should talk you through Tadasana, because it's very important. So you'll either have hip distance for more stability or feet together, doesn't matter. But you want to feel as if you're really grounding the feet. So spread all 10 toes, ground them down, and then you want to pull the muscles up from the kneecaps so that thighs are active. If you touch them, they're strong. And then there's this tilt in the pelvis. So there's 2 tilts. This one's posterior, as you see I'm sticking my bum out, and this one's anterior. Now you kind of want more of an anterior, but to the degree, so your whole hips are parallel and belly are parallel to the wall in front of you. And now you open the arms out to the side of you, palms facing forward, to help squeeze your shoulders together. Good, and that's Tadasana. And then from Tadasana, we'll inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, shoulder distance, and as you exhale, bend the knees and slowly hinge from the hip crease. The arms come out and then down, either side of the feet, and relax your head and neck. Inhale to a flat back, so lengthen the spine. Hands come on the shins as you look down, and then exhale, bend the knees and come back to a forward fold. Now step your right foot back and drop your right knee down. Use cushions if you need. Stay on the fingertips or reach the arms up to the sky. Then exhale, bring them down if you lifted them. Tuck the back toes, step back to a downward facing dog. So we've done this before. Don't worry if the legs aren't straight. Think about straight spine. So bend knees, chest to thighs, bum high. Now look forward. You can drop the knees down first and then step the right foot forward and then step the left foot forward. Take as many steps as you need. Flat back as you breathe in, and then exhale, bend the knees, forward fold again. And now rolling up to stand. So keep the knees bent, head and neck soft as you curl the spine up. And take a shoulder roll, just one more of those. It's all about warming up the body through continual movement. Inhale, reach, and then exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hip crease. Bring your fingertips either side of the feet, relax the head. Now inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look down, straightening your spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Now left foot steps back wide, drop the back knee. Either stay on the fingertips, front knee over ankle, or reach the arms up on the inhale. And on the exhale, just float the hands down. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes, and step back. As many steps as you need, feet hip distance, downward facing dog. Deep bend in the knees if you need it. Now exhale, drop the knees down to the floor. Inhale, step your left foot forward, your right foot forward next. And then inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae to stand. And then take your shoulder roll. Great. I'll check the time. So I'm going to get a few standing postures. Not all of them, but obviously you just build on this and then we can further it on. So I'll probably do a beginners 1, beginners 2. So let's step. So you'll be at the front. Let's step your right foot out and take the right foot wide. So you want to turn the foot to face the long edge, but your left foot is facing forward. Don't worry if I'm not mirroring you. I get all confused with mirroring. Your hips are parallel to the long edge of the mat, and your hands can come to your hips. So your feet are facing different directions. Back foot, right foot's facing the long edge, front foot, left foot facing the short edge. Now you're going to bend into your left knee. to the right angle that you've been doing in your lunges. But the only difference here is rather than the hips facing forward, they're facing the long edge. So once you've got that, you'll feel it deeply into this thigh. If you're finding it too much, I've come quite deep, but you could be more shallow with that distance. And then you can inhale, reach your arms out to a T, so to shoulder height, and this is warrior two. Now warrior two, you look out over your front middle finger. Now it's warrior two, but I would say it's a bit easier than warrior one, hence why I'm showing you this one first. So your gaze, as we call it in yoga, a drishti, so it's a focal point for your eyes, will be over your front middle finger, so looking ahead of you, beyond, into your future. And you're bowing that front thigh down to the earth, but keeping the knee over the ankle. You can keep looking. Notice that it usually comes in, sometimes out, but usually in, and you want to just draw that knee and thigh back and keep that. And if it's too much, just shorten the stance. Okay, now inhaling, straightening into that front leg. You will want a slightly shorter stance so you can heel toe that foot in. The back toes turn ever so slightly. It's such a small degree forward, but the hips stay facing the long edge of your mat, right? So now hands on your hips. We're going to inhale, reach them up, back to a T. Now on the exhale, imagine I'm a little teapot, but you're reaching, I don't know why I thought that, but you're reaching your left arm forward, so front arm forward. This back hip wants to come down, but you want to keep it locked in position. You can even keep your hand on that hip to keep it from moving forward, and then bring that hand anywhere. Now I would say it's better to have it higher than lower, because if you bring it lower, that hip really wants to come down. So bring it as high or as low as you need, no pressure on the knee joint. And then if you want to go further, you can lift your right arm up. So yeah, this is triangle, and it will look different for everybody, but really important that this hip is front hip, or back hip, sorry, is basically facing the long edge and not coming down. Okay, so wherever you are, we're going to come out of it, looking down, pressing into that foot as you slowly lift yourself up, release the arms, and take a shoulder roll. We've just got to complete that on the other side. So turn your left toes in, and your right toes out. Apologies that I'm not mirroring you. So now your back toes are facing the long edge, your right toes are facing the short edge. And you're going to bend into your knee, check knee over ankle, shin parallel to the wall in front of it, and then arms to a T, shoulder height, and look over your front middle finger. And this is warrior two. It's not easy to hold. So you've got this opening here, you've got this deep releasing of this thigh, so it's very active and strong. If you need to release out, you would just straighten the leg and release the arms. And wait for us there, because that will take us into triangle. So looking over your front middle finger, last few breaths. Great. And then slowly releasing or straightening into that front leg. Keep this back hip locked. If it helps you, keep your left hand on your left hip. Keep it locked in position. Reach forward with your right arm till there's nowhere else to go, and then bring it down. Anywhere but the knee joint. So either above or below the knee. And then the left arm can come up. And there you have it, triangle. Now I should have said on the last side, but the gaze could either be up, but it's strong in the neck, forward, or down. Down is a little bit gentler. Forward is probably most neutral. But notice if the head's really relaxing down and you want to keep it slightly lifted so it's in line with the neck. Or, yeah, good. To come out, look down, press both feet as you slowly spin up. Release the hands down, turn your back toes in, and then you're going to do heel toe. So that's where you heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe to come forward. Shake out the legs if you need it. That was strong standing posture. The next one is balance, which is hard for everybody, whether you've been doing yoga years or not. Balance is hard, so you can use a wall if you need, a chair if you have, whatever you've got around you, sofa, whatever. Hands on your hips, otherwise if you want to try and use it freestanding. Feet hip distance, and then you bring the weight into your left leg. So I will mirror you for this one, and you turn your right knee out to the right, but both hip bones stay here. So as soon as your hip wants to turn out with that knee, you've gone too far. So you could only turn it to the degree before the hips change. Now, if you're really struggling with balance and you haven't got a wall or a sofa or whatever, you could just keep the toes connected to the floor, so right toes connected. Or you could lift them away from the floor on the leg, lower leg, or picking that foot up, bring that foot high up. So high up is obviously sometimes a bit harder, but in other ways easier, because you can press the foot and the thigh together for kind of resistance as they press into each other, and that gives strength for your standing leg. Now, if you're feeling steady here, tree, you can use arm variations. Palms together at the heart is one. And I should say, keep a drishti straight down on the floor. It will help stability. And lastly, you could lift your arms out to a T or like branches. You might wobble in the wind, you might come out. Just do what you can do. Breathe and find your drishti, your center. Okay, to come out, the arms were lifted, bring them back to center, back to the heart, and then back to the hips. Let's slowly bring that knee down or foot down. Shake out your standing leg, and then we'll do the same on the other side. Feet hip distance, weight into the right knee as you bend your left, and then turn your knee to your left. Foot is either connected, hip bones are facing forward, or low leg. Those that can and did on the other side, foot high up to the thigh, pressing the foot and the thigh together. Both hip bones facing forward, grounding with your standing leg, so your right leg, hands either at your hips, drishti is down, and hands at your heart could be a variation. It might put you off balance or take you down, don't worry if it does. Reaching your arms up and out if you're going a bit further into this, but either variation is perfect. Hands hips, hands heart, or arms lifted. And to release, bring the hands through the center if they were lifted, back to your heart, and then bring the knee into the chest, ground that foot down, and shake out your standing leg. So yeah, well done. We have come to the end, so there's plenty more postures we could do, so I will add in a second version, which we'll move on. But let's come down to the floor for relaxation now. So you can come down anyway. I like to come down in this lovely kind of ragdoll. So you tuck your chin, roll your shoulders, bend your knees as you slowly curl the hands back down to the floor as you bend into the knees. Then step the feet back to all fours. Sit back onto the hips and the heels, and then we're going to lie down for Shavasana, as it's called, which translates to corpse pose. So that's basically what we're trying to do. So tucking the chin, rolling down slowly, and then bring your legs straight, arms away from the body, and just take rest. So in all yoga classes, in fact, there should be this very important end, which is our Shavasana. And Shavasana just basically brings all of that energy, all of that breathing you did, all of the movement you did, just everything comes together here in Shavasana. So all of the, as we call it in yoga, prana that you've created, you've built up, will be sent around the body using all that oxygen, extra oxygen you brought through by deep breathing. We spend a lot of our day shallow breathing naturally, and it's okay. Our bodies survive off it, but it can really, it really thrives off that extra oxygen, which is why we feel so good after yoga, because our body got rested. It got more oxygen, or in yoga, as they call it, prana, which is our energy or our life force energy. And yeah, that's sent around the body, and it does the same work as a good night's sleep. So healing your body honestly, this rest is that important, that special. And all of it is internal, so all you have to do is allow or offer yourself to relax. So in this position, it's hard not to relax the body because it's really just resting down to the floor. So breathing in energy and out whatever is no longer needed for your body. Okay, we're going to come up and out very slowly. So deepening your breathing, deepening your breath into your belly. And then start to move your fingers and your toes, awakening the body. Bring your feet together, take your arms overhead and have a really good all over body stretch. And then bending your knees, giving yourselves a hug, a squeeze, maybe head into your knees. And then releasing the head back down, rolling onto your right side for a breath or two. And then when you're ready, press your way up, coming back to where we started, so in that cross legs or any other seated position. If you open your eyes, just re-closing them now, and then bring your hands at your heart, that position. So inhale, sit tall, and exhale, bow the head down toward the hands. And this is a very humble gesture. We say Namaste, which roughly translates to the divine in me bows to the divine in me. So lifting your head and heart, keeping your eyes closed, rub your hands together, and then cup the hands over the eyes, breathe in. As you exhale, releasing the hands down, opening the eyes. So well done. This was our first of perhaps a series of beginner classes. If you've got any requests or any questions, always send them my way or just comment on this video. I hope it can be of some use, but yeah, just be easy with yourself, easy with your body. It takes its own time, but you should hopefully feel the benefits early on. So yeah, enjoy the video and yeah, give us a comment. Lots of love.